Hi, David.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Oh, wait, hold on. My volume was down.
Oh, there you go. Now everything is lovely. You look like you're outside again.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting. How is the weather outside? I haven't been out today.
It is very nice out, and our air conditioner may have broke in the middle of the night.
Oh.
So that's why I'm just like, it's cooler in here than it is inside.
Perfect. That is exciting news for you. How are you doing this week?
Today's the first day where I feel somewhat like a human again.
I'm on the same train. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I took your lead, and we are going to highlight a organization. And of course, we're going to start this week with Black Lives Matter because it is kind of the leader in this whole thing. We're going to go through different ones as we go through these weeks. But I figured we'd start with the biggest one. I'm going to actually just read their mission statement right now, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. How's that sound to you?
That sounds perfect. And
wonderful. So Black Lives Matter was founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer. Black Lives Matter Foundation Incorporated is a global organization, is in the US, UK, and Canada, whose mission is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and vigilantes. By combating and countering acts of violence, creating space for Black imagination, innovation, and centering Black joy, we are winning immediate improvements in our lives. This is quite a mission statement. Because I mean, I knew basically what they did, but reading this, I was like, wow, they really are an important, powerful organization.
It's a movement.
It really is, yeah.
And it's like you look at all these like crazy right-wing groups that have all these beliefs and stuff, but they're not organized. They don't have like action and data and science. And then you look at a group like this that like knows what they're talking about, has done the research, like has plans, is ready to move. And it sucks that like they've been around since 2013 and it's taken 7 years to like
really kick in. Yeah. I mean, they were big then because of the Trayvon Martin murders. So that's when they formed and kind of came to knowledge. But then you never hear about them again until now, for the most part. We
hear about them, but it's not everyone talking about it.
Right. It's not to the point that it is today. And I'm excited for that. I think it's making a difference. I have personally made a donation to them during this whole thing, and there will be a donation link down below. So if you want to donate to them, please do. It was started by 3 women. I did not know that. That excited me when I read up on it. I'm going to go find their names right now. If you go to their website, which is just blacklivesmatter.com, just go to their About section and you can find all this stuff. But it was formed in 2003 by 3 radical Black organizers, Alicia Garza, Patrice Coolers, and Opal Tometi. So three strong women created this.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope we can all find ways to support them and their mission. And yeah, it's just, today's the first day where I feel like we can do this. I can do this. I can be a part of this. And so I hope other people are feeling that too and go out there.
Yeah. It feels like things are happening. And it feels like change can actually happen right now.
It does. It does.
Yeah. We're going to do something a little different today. Are you ready for this?
What happened?
I'm going to try to share my screen.
Oh.
As you know, I'm really technologically terrible. But we're going to see if it works.
I'm excited.
I mean, look at that. We have pictures.
Wow.
We are so, I don't know if it'll let me scroll back and forth through them or if I have to go into that. It doesn't look like it. Oh, it will.
Yes. Oh my God.
There we go. So we have pictures to look at, everyone. Can you believe it? I'm so excited for this.
Increased budget in season 2.
Well, hopefully this is actually going to record
Hopefully.
because I tried to record a video yesterday. I tried to record it twice and it would not download for me. But then I tried one late night. I updated all my Zoom software, so I think I just didn't have the latest upgrade, and so it would download to 99% and just freeze.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't do anything.
I tried doing something on Zoom on my personal computer last week and have it updated. And if you don't have it updated, it just like doesn't work.
Yeah. So I did a little test one of just like a 15-minute video of me just kind of sitting there and let it run while I was watching TV, and it worked. So I think we're good. Cross your fingers, everyone. So what did you think of this first episode of All Stars 1?
It wasn't bad. I think the Work the World format just didn't work.
It did not.
It was too overproduced for all of them, but not produced enough for any of them, so it didn't look great.
Right.
I wish they had just kind of like recycled the one woman show concept from season 2.
Oh, okay.
I thought that worked so well.
Yeah. I wish they would have just called it a talent show and let them do, what their actual talents are and not kind of specify it to Work the World, which I don't think they did. But I think some of the queens took that into their mind as part of the challenge.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. They all ended up having these weird stage productions that didn't feel authentic.
No, and some that just were not good.
It was not good. And I say all that though because like I don't think it was their fault. Like I don't think it was.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I think they got locked into that idea, and it didn't need to be that idea.
No.
Yeah. So let's start out with Shea Coulee. This is what she's wearing. Talk about it, and then I'll say something.
I want to love it. I don't love it. It just feels so like it feels like she is on vacation in the Bahamas, which is great, but like it's not the fashion moment that I know she could give us.
No, it is not. And I like it, like you said, but I don't love it. I think she looks fantastic in it. But as an entrant, and this is going to be a reoccurring theme with these entrance looks, for an entrance look, it's not extraordinary, I guess.
It's a little lackluster.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is that this fabric was actually the backdrop for her booth at DragCon. So she recycled it. So I love that. And she does have a fashion degree. I'm not sure if it's merchandising or actual design, but that's what she went to school for. She talked about it at a panel at New York City DragCon last year. And so I'm sure she designed this herself. I'm not sure if she actually makes her clothes or if she just designs them and hands them off. So I appreciate all of that.
And like you said, like she looks beautiful. Of course
she does.
Looks beautiful, but from a fashion wow moment, I think I need to give it like a newt because it's not bad. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. I went into this telling myself that I wasn't going to give newts this season.
Okay.
I'm going to be cut and dry. So I'm going to actually toot it because I do like it. It's just not a wow moment for me, but I will toot it because I'm trying to avoid the newts.
Are newts bad? Do people not like them?
No, I don't. No, it doesn't matter. I'm just personally, I want to make a decision of if I really like it, if I really don't. I don't want to be on the fence.
For me, I think of it as I don't want to give anyone points for this, but I don't want to take anybody's.
Okay, fair enough. She did get an 89% toot on Instagram, and it was the top toot of the week.
At every look.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Moving on to Ms. Cracker.
Oh man, this feels like an updated. Like it just feels like a grown-up version of Ms. Cracker.
It does. What I love about it is her hair. It is typical Ms. Cracker hair. And I don't mind the dress. I just feel like it's like wearing her. It's just so, it looks heavy on her.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
There is a lot going on. Those of you who are looking at it, it is flowers on the bottom half of the dress. It's feathers pretty much everywhere. And what I think is the problem is that gold band in the middle, like it cuts off her waist. So she looks boxy.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
It's a pretty dress.
I don't know, like, it's crazy. I don't hate this. Like, I think it's ugly, but I love it.
It's a Miss Cracker dress. Because
Yeah.
she is not it doesn't have to be beautiful for her to wear it.
Exactly. And it's like the exact opposite of Shay's in that, like, Shay's was beautiful, but it didn't say anything to me. Whereas, like, this is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally Miss Cracker. So for that, I give her a toot because I think she succeeded.
I give it a 2.
Awesome. Moving on to Alexis Mateo. Bam.
So
That's all I can say about her.
My drag knowledge is very fuzzy pre-season 6.
Sure.
I'm well versed in 4 and 5, but my 1, 2, and 3 isn't as good. So I don't know her that well. Spoiler, like I did look on Instagram, and I know not everyone loved this look, but I actually really like it.
Yeah, sorry. Let me go back. Cracker got 83% toot on Instagram. Sorry.
I think this looks really well made. It is a little pageant showgirly, but like, you know who she is off the bat. It does look beautiful. It fits her incredibly.
It does.
I like it.
I like it too, and I think I like it mostly because it represents her. I mean, it's a bodysuit that she stoned, and she has, this giant cool feather duster jacket, but that is her drag. She's a showgirl in Vegas. So that I appreciate it. It also represents her heritage of being from Puerto Rico. I mean, she is known for wearing these giant pageant hair loafs, and it's her signature. So you're going to see a lot of them. So I liked it as well. I toot it.
I give it a 2.
She did get a toot, but it's a low toot of 62% on Instagram.
I think when I voted, it was not.
Yeah, it started out really low. Blair St Claire, giving you orange businesswoman 80s executive realness.
So for some reason, like I never was, I am like all in on Team Blair for some reason.
Really?
I just like love what she is serving us. I love that like we're getting this story of like on her first season she was this like little schoolgirl, and now she's like this like mean-spirited teenager. And it's just, where I love the storyline. So
yes. Do you love her new lips?
Yeah, I do. I just love that she is becoming herself, and it's fun to watch for me.
Yeah. As far as this look goes, I'd love it as well. I think this look is fantastic. It's really, really smart and really, really good. It is showing her somewhat grown up, and she looks powerful in it. She
does. She's like a 1980s like businesswoman, but like in the future somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a big toot for me. I really liked it.
It's a big toot.
She only got 71% toot on Instagram, which I thought was low for her.
I wonder what people think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people. I know one person in particular, I said this last season, boots everyone that is not on his fantasy league.
Even though those points don't matter?
Even though they don't get points for it. He still does it and will only toot the queen setter on his team.
That's kind of
crazy. So yeah, the poll is skewed by that, definitely. But yeah, she got 71%, and I think that's low for this look.
I think so too.
Moving on to Moriah Paris Balenciaga.
This is another queen that I don't know very well.
Mm-hmm.
This is an excellent picture. I think she looks awesome here. This is doing another thing for me that, like for Shay's, where it's like, I know this is beautiful, this looks beautiful. It's not telling me anything.
No.
And that's where I'm just like, oh, okay.
And it may be her drag now, but it's very much not the drag that she brought the first time around on season 3. And that could just be the elevation of her drag over the last 9 years. But I like it. I don't love it. When you see it actually moving, that white piece, which looks just like a bodysuit over a catsuit, it's actually a breastplate that fastens in the back. Okay. So it's just like this formed plastic breastplate, which I think is really cool.
It is. I love the wig is off. The wig is beautiful.
The wig is gorgeous. I don't like it with this look.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's too pale. I wanted it to be a little brighter because the rest is so strong and powerful.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a gorgeous wig. What are you going to do for this one?
Honestly, I give this a toot.
I'm going to toot it as well because I do like it. I think she looks really, really good.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think...
I mean, there's a reason her Instagram is mug for days because that mug is perfection.
Yeah.
She got a 56% toot on Instagram.
Oh.
I know. I don't get it. India Farah giving us old school drag.
Yes, she is. I don't know. So once again, another queen I'm not super familiar with.
Sure.
I'm not liking the vibes I get from her.
She is not the nicest person.
Yeah, she just seems like a mean girl.
Yeah. And she and Derrick, had this tiff going into it, which I honestly didn't know anything of. I was surprised when India Farah was announced to be back on Drag Race because she had quit drag for a long time. And she's been very vocal and kind of throwing hatred at RuPaul's Drag Race via social media. So I'm surprised they invited her back. I don't know if they did it just because of the Derrick and her problems. I don't know. What do you think of this look?
I don't like it. Do you know the like claymation like Rudolph movies, and there's like the Heat Miser and like the evil Frost guy? She's serving the evil Frost person.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm really torn on this one as well. It is very, very old school drag. This is drag from when she was on Drag Race. And it hasn't changed, which is my biggest issue with it, is like her drag hasn't changed one bit in 9 years because she was also on season 3. Whereas you saw Moriah was she was from the ballroom and scene, and so she was very like woman executive realness most of the time, and so she always looked perfect. But now she's gave us that little like superhero moment, and then this is what India Farah would have worn on Drag Race 9 years ago.
Yeah, it looks, I don't know, like it I'm gonna get this reference wrong, but like very like designing women.
It is very designing women. It's the puffy sleeves that are the problem.
Yeah.
And I hate this wig.
Yeah, the wig just like
it's just straight up in her hair.
It makes her so old looking.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna boot it.
I'm gonna boot it too.
She got a 56% boot on the Instagram.
Yeah, boot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jujubee giving us mall girl realness.
Is that what that is?
Well, she is known for shopping at the mall for her drag. She doesn't use designers. She shops at Ross Dress for Less. She shops at Forever 21. Raven had said on Fashion Photo Review that Jujubee doesn't like to pay more than $30 for a dress. And for me, I love that because that is who I am. If I have to pay more than $30, I'm probably not going to buy it unless it's really extra special. Totally. But I'm also not on Drag Race.
I mean, knowing that this is a cheap dress, I'm impressed.
She looks great in it.
Fantastic. I don't like the...
You don't like what?
I don't love the wig.
The wig is weird, and she wore it again for the performance, which made me crazy. She wore the exact same wig.
Yeah.
But I think she looks great.
She does look great.
I appreciate her bringing the non-designer to the runway because that is something that is kind of forbidden these days.
True.
And I think she's so well liked that it might change some things.
And that's like, I very firmly believe that like they are trying to set her up to win as best as they can. I think they want Jujubee to take it all. just because she is like a fan favorite.
Yeah.
And she is very good, like deserves it. 100% deserves it. So maybe she will be allowed to get away without having designer, and that's great. And she does look.
Or maybe she'll surprise us and come out with some designer looks that we didn't know she had.
Exactly.
But what do you think of this one? Let's do it now.
I don't think I can give it a toot out of fairness, just because it is a little pulled
it's
back.
Basic. It's very basic.
So I think I need to toot it just on the basicness, out of fairness.
All right. I'm going to toot it as well, because I do think she looks really good in it.
Oh, wait, I meant boot. I'm sorry.
You said boot. Yeah, boot. I'm going to toot it, because I think she looks really good in it. She got a 77% toot on Instagram.
She looks good.
She does. She looks really good. Derrick Barry giving us these 2 looks.
Are they looks?
Let's start with these shoes.
What is there a heel? Or are those clogs?
It is a complete flat. I think it might be a sneaker.
I think it is.
And to me, when you come in like this in a sneaker, you're saying, I don't even want to be here.
Do you think she wanted to be there?
I don't know that she did. I have no idea. I'm not sure why she came back. I'm not sure why they wanted her back. I guess she has fans.
Does she though? That's like I don't think. I think
listen to a podcast and one of the people on there, and it's someone that is like the younger queens for the most part, but just raved about how much he loved Derrick Barry, and I was like, what am I watching? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's a big boot for me for both looks.
It's a big boot, and it's once again like, is Derrick Barry a drag queen or a Britney Spears impersonator?
Right, and we go through that this episode, and she gave this long, confusing, like diatribe to the other queens about how they want to see someone other than what she is, but this is what she does, but they want to see her do this as someone. And I was like, girl, I don't know what you just said. I don't think you know what you said. But Derrick Barry could be a great drag queen, I think. But you got to put away the Britney. Mm-hmm. And the problem is that's all Derrick Barry has as far as drag.
Yeah.
Because if she should have spent some money on some clothes and some wigs, because every wig she has is a Britney wig, and I realize that's how she makes her money, so that's what she bought.
Mm-hmm. And maybe like it's clear she didn't ask anyone for help to prepare.
Not at all. No, and I mean, it makes you kind of feel like she's never watched Drag Race before.
Right.
Yeah. It's like you were on the show, they told you to not do Britney, and you came back and gave us not one, but 2 Britney looks on your walkthrough. And then when you do your talent, you do it not as Britney, but still dressed as Britney.
Still dressed as Britney and just doing things that are all Britney adjacent.
Yeah.
Like you just did Pop Stars.
Yeah, I don't get it. It is definitely a big boot. And it was the bottom boot of the week with 96%. Yeah, that's a boot. I didn't look to see who tooted her, and I don't care. Next, we have Mayhem Miller. Mayhem Miller got a lot of slack for wearing this outfit because this is an outfit that she got from Amazon.com. She did stone the bottom of it, and it looks like some of the top as well. This wig she is wearing, I will say, if it is the wig that I think it is, because I think I have this wig, is also from Amazon.com.
Honestly, though, if you hadn't told me that, I would have never known.
She looks fantastic in this.
She looks so good.
Yeah, she looks gorgeous. The hair, I mean, my wig is not styled like this. I'm going to see if I can actually pull it off to see if it is the actual same wig, which I think it is. But I have the black wig with the red highlights in it. It may not be the same wig. Hers may be more expensive, but I'm gonna test it out and see.
She looks incredible.
And a friend of mine literally texted me while the show was going on and said, I have that bodysuit in white from Amazon. And I said, does it look as good on you as it does on her?
Does it?
He didn't send me a picture. But I think she looks great. I'm going to toot it because I appreciate her so much.
Really, I give it a toot. I think she looks awesome.
Yeah, and she got only a 53% toot.
Interesting. Finally,
we have Ongina. And she came in an entrance look.
She is the only one who did the assignment correctly as far as I'm concerned. This is
Agreed. She's like, I haven't been on this show for 11 years. You haven't seen me on your TV. I'm going to show you what it looks like to come back.
Also, her face in this photo is incredible.
Stunning. She looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have all this other things, so it could really distract you from, but her face really stands out in it.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah, big toot for me.
Big toot.
She did get an 86% toot on the Instagram. And this was a reference to her Filipino culture, which I always love when queens do that. Okay, we're going to move on to these performance looks. We don't have to spend a lot of time on them. But we're going to do something different with them as well. So we're going to toot and boot the looks. So I'm just going to flip to this one. But then we are going to toot and boot their performances as well.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Starting with Alexis Mateo. She gave us this reveal from the giant orange cloak to the bodysuit with the feathers everywhere. Start with the look.
I give it a toot.
I give the look a toot as well. I think she looked great. Again, this is her brand. She's a showgirl. What about her performance?
I think comparatively, I have to give it a toot to everybody. It's not my thing. Like,
sure.
It's what I love, but it's clear that like she can do it all, or at least her confidence and her ability to do it all allows her to do it all.
Yeah, she is very confident. I loved what she did. I actually thought she could have won this episode.
Sure.
But I also felt like she took that work the world assignment and made it work for her.
Exactly. Like, she did what a lot of the other girls tried to do and didn't do well.
And didn't succeed at it, yeah. But that is what she does. She's a Vegas showgirl, and they dance around. I love and Drag Race loves whenever you are self-referential, and she put in all of her catchphrases from season 3. I have to remember back she was. And they love when you do that. So yeah, I give her performance a big toot.
Good.
Next is Shea Coulee, giving us the stripper pole.
Yes, she did.
Talk about her look first.
I like it. She looks like a really high class stripper is the only way to.
She does. She dressed the part, and she looks great in it. She looks super sexy.
She does. That's the word. She just looks sexy.
Yeah. Yes. So for her look, I give it a 2.
Yeah.
For her performance, I give it a big boot.
You didn't like it.
I hated it. I thought she was going to be in the bottom.
Really?
Yeah. That's how much I did not enjoy it.
Oh,
I thought it was boring. I thought the song was way too slow.
And I think I saw on Instagram or something, but like apparently like the pipe was like squeaking a lot, the pole, and like they were able to all hear it.
It is. I mean, and I don't know why she decided. I mean, she said, I don't know if she said it during the show or during Untucked, that she'd only had 10 lessons.
Mm-hmm.
It shows. But also when you're getting lessons at a studio, the pole is securely grounded to the ceiling and the floor. And this one was not, and you could see it moving. So I'm sure that made it a little more uncomfortable.
Totally.
But again, I would not choose to do this if I didn't have the experience and I didn't have my own equipment.
For a talent show, it doesn't mean develop a new talent.
It means show us what you do.
Yeah.
And I mean, she put out an amazing rap EP, and she's a great dancer. So why didn't we just get that?
You know, but I do give her points for like trying something new.
I do. I give her points for being different than everyone else as well. It was unique.
Different, yeah.
but I'm still giving the performance a boot.
I'm gonna give it a 2, just because I liked it better than a lot of other things.
Okay. All right. Next is Mayhem Miller. Talk about her look first.
I don't like it.
Okay. I don't mind it.
Maybe
And I say that I don't mind it, that means it's not that good.
right. Yeah. I don't know. It just, where I struggle with Mayhem is like, even on her season going into it, everyone was like, oh my God, just like wait till you see this Mayhem Miller girl. Like she is going to take her season, blah, blah, blah. And then she was booted off second. And then we come into this and it's like, oh, like finally we're going to see Mayhem, like this queen that everyone
and
rated.
She did so amazing on that Christmas thing that you were like, oh, okay, this is the real Mayhem.
Yeah.
And then she comes back and does this.
That's the thing, is like I'm starting to get so skeptical.
Yeah, I think the competition is what gets her in her head.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, because if you ask any LA queen out there, they say that Mayhem is one of the best queens in LA.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to some queens are great drag queens, they're just not good on Drag Race.
Right, yeah, they're two different things.
Yeah. So this look is just swallowing her up, so I'm giving her a boot for that.
A boot.
Her performance.
Also a boot.
I'm going to boot it as well. If I were to give a nude, I would give it to this one because I didn't hate it as much as everyone else.
I didn't know what was happening.
It was just not good.
No. I had no understanding.
Yeah. I loved the eyes at the beginning. That was the best part. Because she does a whole routine to that out in the clubs. And I think if she had just done the routine that she normally does, it probably would have been a lot more successful. Yeah. Moriah Paris Balenciaga giving us this lyric dance to this amazing poem. It was performance art and it was, I loved it. But let's talk about this look.
I think the look is really interesting.
I think it's cool.
It doesn't feel like something we've seen before, which I like.
Yeah. Yeah, I give the look a toot for sure. And this performance, I give a shoot to because I thought it was spectacular.
It was.
And the fact that she did it a year ago and it's so relevant today.
How'd they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, toots all around.
Yeah. I'm very excited because I wasn't sure how she was going to do coming back because she didn't do a lot on her season. A lot of her season was about looking beautiful and presenting as a woman. And so I was like, she didn't really do well in the acting challenge. She doesn't really do comedy. So I was worried about her, but then she came out and did this and I was like, all right, I'm back on your team.
Took notes.
Yeah. Ms. Cracker, she did have a reveal. She came out as a pickle first, but I did not save that picture.
I think she looks, something good has happened to Cracker between her season and now. I hope it carries through the season, but this was a very strong first episode for her.
It was.
I think she looks gorgeous, which I'm not used to saying about Ms. Cracker.
Yeah, no, I think because she usually makes herself look a little off just as a character, and I think she's corrected that. Yeah, I think she looks great. Her look is a big toot for me, as well as her performance. I enjoyed it very much. This is the Cracker that New Yorkers who have seen her know and love. This is not what we got on season 10.
I think she won too.
I'm sorry?
I think she could have won this challenge as well.
I think she could have as well, yeah. So I think good for Cracker. I'm glad she's back on our TV screens, and I hope she stays out of her head as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Blair St Claire.
Oh, man. I know I should hate it all, but I love it.
Why?
I don't know. I love the ponytail.
I have a lot to say about this girl.
Say it all.
Let's talk about her look. I think her look is great. I'm not gonna say anything bad about that because I think this costume is great. The wig, the ponytail was the best part of the wig. The front of the wig was just so distracting to me.
Sure.
It looked like a hat on her head.
Oh,
But I think she looks really, really good.
she just like, she's like, same thing as Cracker. Like, there's just this new energy going on that is just, I'm excited by it.
All right. What about her performance of this song?
I mean, props for live singing. Like, I respect that.
Okay.
I don't think it was like groundbreaking, but it wasn't like Kiki Era, you know.
It was a rough singing vocals.
I don't
But
think
she sang live, so way to go for singing live.
And I don't think she has anything to be embarrassed about.
I felt like her outfit and her song did not match at all. That was one of my I was like, there's such a disconnect between the person you're presenting and the song that you're doing. So that was my biggest problem with it. So I did not enjoy this performance.
Fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I'm ready to see what else she can do. I don't think she was by far the worst.
I'm really interested to see what happens with her. I think she's one of the like wild cards.
Yeah. Ongina. We have 3 looks to choose from.
Do we?
No, because there's only one that I actually really like. I love the pink one in the middle.
The pink one's cute.
Yeah, I think that was the most successful one. She kept it on the least, which made me a little crazy. What about, I'm gonna boot her looks, obviously.
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah, because while I think it's a great, I love the fact that she went back, because season 1 was literally about drag racing. Kind of the whole theme was, it was mixed in with drag race and drag racing. And so I appreciate the checkered flags on it. She took it back to her season. Season 1 was all about RuPaul. They did a couple lip syncs for RuPaul songs. This last look has nothing to do with the other 2.
Will she ever wear wigs? Is that like, is she just completely?
She does occasionally, but she is mainly known as being a bald queen. She usually wears a fascinator or some kind of headpiece. So it'll be interesting to see what she does. This needed something. She needed a headpiece. She could have had like a little car head fascinator. And she does. She makes like weird fascinators as well. She makes odd fascinators. So she could have done something different with this. It wouldn't have saved anything.
No.
So her performance.
It was sad. Made me sad.
It could have been actually really cute.
It could.
I liked the whole idea of it. And like I said, RuPaul loves being self-referential. And when you include her music into it, you're golden. That is the only reason I think she was not in the bottom 2.
Yeah.
Apparently, from word on the street, this is something she performs out at clubs regularly. And when I heard that, it made me more sad because I was like, then it should be a lot more polished than this.
I guess that's probably my fear for her, is like, maybe she just has like no idea how much preparation queens put into Drag Race now.
Yeah.
That like maybe she could have done more. She just didn't realize she needed to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what she was known for on season 1 was literally her fashion and her runway. Her runway walk is really fantastic, which we didn't get to see because they didn't have a runway this week. And her fashion was like way ahead of its time. And so I'm hoping that we get to see some of that come through in the next few episodes. I'm not sure how long she's going to be there. I love Ongina. She's one of my favorite queens of all time on Drag Race. And I want to see her on my TV more, but I don't know that we're going to get to. Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see what the challenges bring. Moving on to Miss Derrick Barry.
Yeah. I mean, she looks pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I would toot her look. Yeah. It's her best Britney look that she's brought to Drag Race.
It is her best Britney. Yeah, we can toot the look. I'm okay with it.
Her performance was by far my least favorite. It was almost painful to watch.
It it was. It was almost painful. And once again, it felt like she wrote something and did it and was like, wow, I'm great. And like,
Yeah, she thought she was fantastic.
it's like,
She and a couple other queens said that Derrick got more laughs than other queens did. They did not show that on the show, and I don't know if that was editing or if they're just making that up, but I don't know. I was not laughing with her.
I was not laughing. It was cringy.
Yeah, the performance was bad. It's just a big boot. Moving on to Jujubee in this black lace gown and that same wig that she walked into the workroom in.
Yes. However, this works for me so much.
It's a beautiful look, yes.
Like,
and what I appreciated more about her singing, which I thought she was singing live. I did. People said she was lip syncing to it. It was her song. It was her voice.
Not singing live.
She was not. I went back and rewatched it.
Not singing live.
And that makes more sense as to why it sounded so good.
Mm-hmm. I have a really hard time loving that performance because people are like, "Oh my god, this is so good," but it's like she wasn't singing live. Like Blair playing live.
I get it. I don't know. The look is a big toot. I'm gonna give that.
So good.
The performance, I'm gonna give a toot to because now that I know it wasn't live, when I rewatched it, she really put everything into it, acting wise.
Totally. And maybe she was singing.
I'm sorry?
Maybe she was singing along.
And maybe she was, the mic just wasn't on. But yeah, she put so much passion and acting into it that it sold it for me. That's all.
I think I need to newt the performance.
Okay, that's fine. Last up is India Farah.
I like this look a lot more than her entrance look.
I don't.
You don't? Oh.
I think it's ugly. I mean, this is a bad picture as well. I will say that. This is just a screen grab off of the show. I just think it's the fringe on the shoulder and then on the waist is weirdly placed, I guess, is my main concern with it. And it really distracts. It looks great in movement, but standing still like this, I think it looks bad.
But it very much is like a dancer leotard that is made to do things.
To move. Yeah, exactly. What it was made to do, it did really well. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna boot the look just because I want to.
You deserve that.
Her performance, however, was fantastic.
It was so physical.
So physical. Like, I don't know how she puts her body through that because she's not a little girl.
Yeah, no, it was impressive.
Yeah, so I give her a big toot for her performance. Do I think she should have won? No. I think that was completely done by the producers because one or the other was going to be in the top and the bottom between her and Derrick because they wanted it to be a little dramatic. And I don't know if they got what they wanted out of it because they probably wanted Derrick to stick around.
Maybe. But
all the other queens clearly wanted to get rid of her.
I do wonder, like, does this new format get in the way of the producers being able to make things happen?
I think it does a little bit, which I love.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it could have been, oh, well, India's clearly going to pick Derrick's lipstick, so she can't win. So we let our assassin win, and there's a chance that Mayhem will go home. But too many queens just don't like Derrick. And let's be honest, Derrick was the worst this week.
And, like, her energy probably wasn't nice to have around.
No, it felt like the only friend she had there was Jujubee.
Mm-hmm.
And Jujubee picked Mayhem's lipstick.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens further on. Mm-hmm. What did you think of the lip sync? Well, first, what do you think of the twist of the assassin?
I love it.
I love it too.
Great. It's genius. I want to see like what else they do with it.
Yeah.
In the future, like future seasons, if it like how this evolves. It I think is breathing a life into All Stars that we needed.
It is. It made it refreshing for me to see something different. What do you think of Evie Oddly as a lip sync assassin? People were confused.
Well, I guess it depends what our definition is of that. Because, like, sure, she hasn't done, like, Cameron Michaels, lip sync assassin, has
Right.
lip synced times, wins them.
And Cameron is not rumored to be one of the lip sync assassins on the show.
Which makes no sense. She's like show's biggest ever. And I love her. I'm a big Cameron Michaels fan.
I know you are.
I like her. I like her drag. But for me, I had no problems with them calling Evie one. Because like her lip syncs are insane.
They're good. They're really, really good. She as excuse me. As far as being a queen who had to lip sync on her season, she's the only queen that hasn't lost a lip sync ever, on having lip synced on the season as well in the finale. So she lip synced 4 times and never lost, and now she lip sync again and did not lose. Yeah, so you can't dispute that she is a lip sync assassin. She didn't have a lot of chance to prove it on her season because she was only in the bottom twice, and then did 2 lip syncs in the finale. That's it. And her lip sync was incredible.
Incredible. She's so good. How do you know how long the assassins get to prepare?
I don't. I heard that question on a podcast as well. I don't know. I don't know if they are the way that the queens are given, like at the beginning of the season. These are the lip sync songs. They're in no order, so I don't know if they had to learn all of them. And then they find out maybe that day what song it's going to be. I mean, obviously, when Ricky Martin is there, you know, oh, we're going to be doing Livin' La Vida Loca as our song because that is the one that was on the list by Ricky Martin. So yeah, I don't know if they find out the day of, or if they're just said, here, do this song.
Yeah, no, I loved it though. I think Evie was incredible. But sorry, my brain thought of one thing we didn't talk about. The library challenge.
Oh, we did not.
It was so good.
It was really good. And I was happy to have the library reading back. I missed it last season because we didn't get the traditional one. Sorry, that was my dog. And she's not going to stop because there's another dog barking in the hallway.
The library is open.
The library is open. Come back. Yeah, what did you think that both of them deserve to win? You did. Okay. I did not. I thought Jujubee clearly won it.
I thought they were going to give it to just Blair.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as like a twist. So to me, it made sense that they were both winners.
Okay. This is the 3rd time Jujubee has been in a reading challenge, and she has won every single one of them. She is the queen of reading. She won the very first one. They didn't do it season 1. Season 2 was the first time they did it, and she was the winner that season. And she won on All Stars 1 as well. So Jujubee is the queen of reading.
I think Jujubee's the queen to beat.
I think so too. And I mean, going into this, everyone was like, "Oh, it's just Shay's show. They're having an All Stars, so Shay could win." And I don't feel that way. I think Jujubee is clearly a front runner. She's also well liked. I hope she doesn't become another victim like Manila.
Right.
But that's what the show is.
That's why it's fun.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna have for. Yeah. Next week they have to write and sing their own verse to some song that I don't know. So we'll see what happens. We're going to have some live recorded vocals. We did not do our top 2 of the entrance looks.
Top 2 of the entrance looks. Let me pull them back up. Where are, I can't find mine. Oh, there they are. Found them.
Got it? Okay.
Who do I want to give it to? I have my top 2.
All right. I'm giving mine to Ongina because I think that she's the only one that tried.
Me too.
She's the only one that really tried. I think there are others that were really good, but I think she outshined them.
She made an entrance.
Yeah. On Fashion Photo Review, they gave it to Shea Coulee. Whatever. Instagram also gave it to Shea Coulee. Whatever. All right, that's all I have today. Thank you for coming, David.
Thank you for having me, as always.
We'll do it again next week.
Sounds
Stay
good.
safe.
You too.
Bye.